So y equals to, since cubic require factoring in a special way, I'm going to give the factors. So suppose x plus 1, x minus 1, x minus 3. So we want to sketch this. So this is the same as solving a cubic equation. X plus 1, I'm giving the factors so it is easier to find the roots now. So we have three values. X equals to minus 1, or x equals to plus 1, or x equals to plus 3. So we have three values, which is the same as this picture cutting the x-axis. So we can write at x-axis y equals to 0. So we convert the Cartesian equation into a solving equation. Always remember, there is a very important link between solving equation that we solve by algebra and Cartesian equations, the pictures. So we have three values of x, minus 1 or 3. And we can also find out where it cuts the y-axis, where x equals to 0. So y equals to, so 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 0 minus 3 is minus 3, which turns out to be 3. So now, so it cuts the x-axis at minus 1, x-axis at 1, and x-axis at 3. It's a sketch. It doesn't have to be that accurate. So, and we know the shape. It cuts the y-axis at 3. And we know the shape that x cubed, because if you multiply this thing, x into x into x is x cubed. X cubed looks like something like this. Plus x cubed looks like something like this. And minus x cubed looks like something like this. So you remember this shape. So the shape would be like this. That's it. Now since this is minus 1 and this is plus 1, the turning point would be exactly in the middle. Now on the other hand, if it was like this, suppose this is minus 1 and this is 5. Remember, the turning point would move towards here, around here, in the middle. The middle is here. You cannot always think that the turning point is the y-axis. Now, you would lose mark for that in the exam if you use that. So be careful. The turning point has to be somewhere in the middle of the two values. So that's how sketching works. Let's do another sketching. Suppose you have y equals to x minus 1, x minus 1, x plus 7. Okay, let's convert into an algebra. So y equals to 0 means where does it get the x-axis, or just converting this into algebra. Now you have this x equals to 1 or x equals to 1 or x equals to minus 7. Then where does it get the y-axis, where values of x is 0. So y equals to 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, and 0 minus 7 plus 7 is 7. So minus 1 is 1 into 7 is 7. So let's do this sketching. Now we have 1 over here and minus 7 over here. This is a bit strange because if it's a cubic, it is supposed to cut the x-axis at 3 points. In other words, it is supposed to have 3 different roots for this equation, but it has 2 different roots because 1 and 1 is the same. So we have 2 roots, 1 and minus 7. In situations like that, you have to remember where the roots are repeated. This one, x equals to 1 and x equals to 1, this one. Whenever the roots are repeated, that becomes the turning point. This would be the turning point. We know the shape is this. And the turning point is going to be, one of the turning point is going to be here in the middle, somewhere around here. So this is going to be 1, and the other turning point is going to be like this. It's not going to be cut the x-axis, it's going to touch the x-axis at that point. So remember that. Another thing to remember, one of the turning point is going to be at the repeated root, but the other turning point cannot be at 7. This is a very common mistake. To suppose if this is minus 7 and this is 1, you cannot always think that the turning point would be at the y-axis. No, the turning point would be around here in the middle of that.